Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What should I say? Buenos dias. It's Profe Gallo, and I want to make sure I talk to you all about what's been happening here in Santo Domingo the past few days. So, not just here in Santo Domingo, but the entire country, or most of the country, I should say, it's been raining quite a bit. And between between January and April, those are the driest months of the year. So that's the driest part of the year. So even though it's the driest part of the year, it is not dry. I mean, it may not rain every other day, but it still rains. So, just being my experience in the yard, I have not been here more than uh, 5 days without it raining quite a bit. But this part of the year, like January, it probably rained a couple of times. Uh, and we just started February, and it's been raining basically all of February. It just stopped raining today. So right now the sky is blue, it's clear. It's beautiful out here. It's really beautiful out here. This is the kind of weather that people come out here to be a part of. This beautiful, sunny, and right now this time of the year it gets hot, but not as hot as it gets in other parts of the year. I think the high today is probably going to be about 80, like 85, you know. But most of the year it does get to like the mid to upper 90s, and that's a little more. It's warmer, but still bearable. So, and when it rains here, it creates a lot of problems. You'll find that the infrastructure here, not just in Santo Domingo, but in DR in general, is not conducive to a lot of rainfall, even though the country receives a lot of rainfall. Uh, the so when the water falls on the streets, a lot of streets are not built to have the water be pushed to a particular area. You'll find in other countries still have a lot of ditches or canals or different places where the water can fall into. Well, here, um, there's a sewer system in many areas, but not in probably most areas there is no sewer system. So even if there is a sewer system, you'll find that it's not as comprehensive as you'll find in other countries, and it floods easily. And you'll see that it'll rain. Maybe it'll rain hard, but it'll just rain hard for 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's flooding like the entire street is flooding, or you'll see, just a lot of traffic backed up due to many parts of the area are not accessible because of the flooding, and that happens all over, not just Santo Domingo, but all over the country. So you'll find those annoyances here in DR. However, usually when it rains, the sun comes out and it immediately starts drying up some of the areas. So that's a good thing. Also, the homes. Now, the homes here are mostly built with concrete, and and I don't want to say that all the homes are built this way, but you'll find that a lot of homes are built in a way where it's not very it's not it's not complete. It's not fixed in a way. It's not constructed in a way where when it rains, water has a place to go. So oftentimes you'll see that houses are built sort of on a slope to where when the rain falls, it falls off the side of the house. And you'll find that some houses are built or buildings are built with a flat surface on the top. And you'll find you'll find you will discover the quality of your apartment building, the quality of your house when it rains. Because I can tell you, the apartment that I rented before I moved into this apartment I'm in right now, uh, it would when it rained, uh, it would the water would go into the walls, and also every in one of the rooms, the water would fall on the side of the wall. So you'll see like the water dripping down the side of the wall. You'll see that the wall is moist. You'll see that the water had got into the wall, and over time that created mold. And one of the rooms, it was strong. That mildew smell was strong. Uh, the the landlord would not fix it, um, and did not attempt to fix it. And you'll and I can only speak for my situation. I can't say that what's the norm here or not. But I mean, the landlord really didn't care, and it wasn't just our apartment building. It was other apartments in that building as well. In that building, there were four apartments, and in the top apartment on the fourth floor, uh, that that family left out. They moved out because they actually had water, like puddles of water, fall into their apartment, and the landlord did not have any interest in fixing that, so they bounced. The third floor apartment, they remained there. I don't know what kind of issues they had, but we were on the first floor, and man, that apartment building, that building is falling apart, and there was no way I was going to stay in that apartment with that mold. I mean, I can't say for sure that it was mold because I didn't have anyone go in and test it. But I mean, obviously, if you got that mildew smell and it's coming from the wall, and, it's very strong, it's definitely mold. So we moved out and moved into an apartment building that's was newly constructed. Now, what I can tell you is it's rained quite a bit since I've been in this apartment, and there's been no issues. And whenever there is any small issues like the the key to the sink doesn't work or something else broke, they will come here and fix it. So, needless to say, you definitely want to make sure that when you move into an apartment here in DR, whether you're buying or whether you're renting, that number one, the quality of the structure is good, and number two, make sure you have talk to the people who live in the area because they will let you know the kind of issues they have with their build in the building or the kind of issues they have with the type of home. And it's good to know a good handy person that can fix some of the things that come along as well. And some of the neighbors will be able to provide that to you as well. Uh, so yeah, when it rains, it'll definitely show the quality of your place and how good it is, and how can it withstand the rain. Most definitely. Uh, so we'll talk about the climate here. Other thing I want to say about the climate here is you'll find that during this time of the year, which is considered winter for the northern hemisphere, is at nighttime here, even though it's pretty warm, it gets to about 80, 90, 85, 90 during this time of year. And the nighttime, especially here where it's pretty windy, it can get quite cool. Now, when I say cool, I'm talking about 65 degrees, right? Which is quite cool for people here. I mean, here that's cold for folks. They'll put on their hoodies and their pants and all that stuff, and yeah, and they don't like taking cold showers when it's 65. 65 degrees, which I understand. But you'll find that here it gets unexpectedly cool at nighttime, and sometimes it'll feel cooler than what it really actually is. Uh, but that's just for folks that come to the area and are surprised for that. Just don't be surprised that it gets pretty cool at nighttime. And I imagine that if you're in the mountains, where in Jarabacoa, Costanza, it gets even cooler. But other thing I want to talk about is the traffic here. The traffic here, specifically in Santo Domingo, is brutal. I understand why a lot of people, foreigners or people in other parts of the country, I understand why they do not want to come to Santo Domingo, but because the traffic is crazy. I mean, I'm not talking about rush hour. Rush hour is understandable, but just on a regular day, during the day or off peak hours, or we're talking about the weekend. I mean, the traffic is just crazy, and you just cannot avoid it. And I'm in Santo Domingo Norte, so whenever I have to go out to the national district, or they'll say Abajo, which is basically like the I guess you would consider it to be Santo Domingo South, but that's the national district. It is a nightmare getting there and getting back, getting there and getting back. And I just want to let folks know. I know that some folks that want to move to Dominican Republic and want to live here, and they prefer that city lifestyle. Um, I get it because I mean Santo Domingo has everything that one would want to have in the city, as far as amenities and access to transportation and access to goods and good stores and just the everything. Santo Domingo has everything. Uh, it There's a lot of traffic, and it is a headache getting anywhere. Um, but there are some there's various ways you can get around Santo Domingo. I mean, you don't just have to rent a car, or you don't just have to uh, get a taxi or Uber, or they also have Diddy here, InDriver. I use InDriver and Uber. I don't use Diddy. And they also have uh, buses and Wawas, or Wawita, what they would say is like a little, it's more like a van that acts like a bus that would has a route, and it'll take folks where they need to be. They have public cars, which are basically just like the Wawita, the little bus that'll just take. They have a route, and they'll take you where you need to be along that route. They also have the metro train. So the metro train is not very it doesn't take you anywhere everywhere, but it does get you from the northern sector here is Mamatingo, and it'll take you down to close to George Washington, and then it also goes east and west as well. So it goes north and south and east and west, the metro train. And they also have the cable car, or the teleférico, and that basically gets you to the metro train station from the barrios. So some of the barrios that are like kind of further out, they have the cable car, and it'll take you from the cable car to closer to the inland part of the city, where you'll get on the metro train or take a bus or whatever type of transportation to get to where you need to be. So yeah, you can take advantage of the cable car if you need to, but I guess most foreigners wouldn't be staying in the area where uh, you will need to take a cable car. Uh, the only other way is really is to drive yourself or to take an Uber or InDriver. And I mean, the traffic here is terrible. But at least at nighttime, if you want to get around and you can only get around at nighttime, you'll find that traffic is much better at nighttime. Even though they do a lot of construction at nighttime too, so that may cause traffic as well. But yeah, the traffic here is crazy, but the weather here is great. It's great. So um, that's all I really got for today. I want to just talk about the climate here because it has not been raining much the past couple of months, but it has rained a lot in the past few days. And it's good to see the sun back out in the clear skies. And I hope this video was helpful to you all. So please like, share, and subscribe. And look forward to more videos coming from me soon. Peace.